Okay, so we will start with that first number only. So there are around 42 students, so we will start with that.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, so in the previous class we have seen like how we can calculate DFT. So the first method was by using mathematical method, by using direct mathematical formula, and after expansion we were calculating the method, your DFT. The second method is your matrix method. So for calculating DFT, we basically require is the input signal. So input signal is in the form of x of n. Okay, so this x of n is the input signal. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So this x of n we require. Okay, and with this help of x of n, we can calculate the number of number of points inside this xn, whatever the sequence, that's a discrete sequence. So inside the sequence we will be having n number of samples. So if n number of samples are there in x of n, then after calculation we will be getting some DFT x of k. So this DFT calculation is called n point DFT. Okay, if capital N number of samples are there in x of n, then the DFT that we will be calculating will be called n point DFT. Okay, so whenever there is written like any sequence is there that is having samples 1, 2, 3, 4 that we have taken in previous example. So there are 4 samples. If 4 samples are there in the input signal, after calculation we will be performing n point, means here 4 samples are there, so this calculation will be called 4 point DFT. Similarly, we will be calculating 2 point or 4 point or 8 point. So always the DFT calculation takes place in the form of 2 to the power some constant. Suppose uh, r is the constant, so it should always be in the form of 2 to the power r, where r could be 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, so based on that it will be either 2 or 4 or it could be 8. So DFT calculation will always be in the form of either 2 point DFT, 4 point DFT or 8 point DFT. Okay, so by using mathematical formula we can calculate. Along with that, another simplest method is called matrix method. So basically in matrix method we will be having a result that will be called a DFT, that will be obtained by multiplying the Twiddle factor. Okay, this is represented by W into the input, that is input is our x of n. Okay, so this is like the format. The summation can be converted into the matrix form. So in matrix we can represent it like x of k matrix will be equals to Twiddle factor matrix multiplied by x of n matrix. Okay, so x of n will be, here we have taken x of n, this is x of n. So the x of n is a column matrix, so there will be one column always. Okay, so one column, and the rows, number of rows will be 0 to n minus 1. So one column will be there, and uh, n number of rows will be there. Okay, so it will be n cross 1 matrix, something like that. Okay, so we can write input x of n, the sequence that we will be getting to calculate DFT. The sequence can be represented in the form of 1 n cross 1 matrix. So n will be number of rows and 1 will be the number of columns. Okay, Similarly, if this is n cross 1 matrix, then your W, and also the result we will be getting is x of k, that will also be an n cross 1 matrix, because it will be having one column and n number of rows. So the obtained DFT will be also in the form of n cross 1 matrix. So this DFT obtained will be n cross 1 matrix. So final matrix we will be getting is n cross 1, and the input matrix is n cross 1. So similarly, the matrix that we will be defining, the Tweedle factor, will be in the form of n क्रॉस n, क्योंकि n क्रॉस n मैट्रिक्स को जब हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे n क्रॉस 1 से, देन द रिजल्ट विल बी n क्रॉस 1. So this Tweedle factor matrix is represented by n cross n matrix. Okay, that means W of n is there, and suppose n is equals to 4, that will be having 4 cross 4 matrix. Okay, this will be a 4 cross 4 matrix, and whatever the content will be there inside this is represented by this content of this Tweedle factor matrix for n cross n matrix, that is n is equals to 4 is there, then it will be represented by, we will calculate its W of uh, 4 with 0, then W of 4 with 1, W of 4 to the power 2, W of 4 to the power 3, and again W of 4 to the power 1. Okay, so similarly we can calculate the other terms also. So here 1 is there, here 2 will be there, 3 will be there, 4 will be there. Okay, so based on that we will finally find out what will be the value, like how we can write the W of n, that is W of 4 value, and we will be requiring W of 8 value. Okay, so in calculation of DFT by using matrix method, we need these two values. So once we solve W of 0, W of 1, the value we will be getting is 1 1 1 1. Okay, so one thing we need to mention, so kn value. So what we do is, while calculating, what we calculate is W of n to the power k of n. Okay, so we should be calculating this value. So once we will put k equals to, suppose k equals to 0 1 2 3, and n equals to 0 1 2 and 3. Okay, so if n, this is Wn, and this n is given by 4, so it could be W of 4. Okay, suppose we are going for calculation W of 4 to the power k of n. So either k or n will be 0, then this will be W to the power 0 is 1. So again this will always be 1, this will be 1, this will be 1. So in this case, so n is equals to 0, so W to the power n, sorry, 0 will always be 1. So these components will be always 1. Okay, so at this point the k is 1 and n is 1, so it will be W to the power 4, sorry, W4 is there, so this W4.
Now, how do we compute the DFT without reinventing the form?
So for calculation of this value, okay, this value will be whatever value it will be w of 4 to the power k and n. K and n are also 1, so it will be w 4 to the power 1. Okay, so w 4 to the power 1 will be equals to a to the power minus j 2 pi by 4, and k n value is 1 1, so it will be multiplied by 1, so it will be e to the power minus j pi by 2. Okay, so e to the power minus j pi by 2 will be equals to, this will be equals to minus of j. Okay, so this value here we will write
this one exactly if you solve for this one, you will get the exact result what we need. Because it's a periodic table. Periodic.
okay.
You get it physical and then you will find the DFT.
Okay, so this value will be equals to minus of j. Similarly, we can calculate each values. This will be minus 1, this will be plus of j. Again, its complement like diagonal element, minus 1, this will be plus j, this one is 1, this one is minus 1, and here it will be minus 1, and here it will be minus of j. So finally we will be getting a value that is minus j minus 1 plus j minus 1, there minus 1, that is minus 1, and this will be 1, and this is plus j, and this is minus 1. So this will be your 4 cross 4 Quidel factor matrix. This is
will apply summation. What will be simple maximum? This will result into the area of this particular element. So, on the basis of that one, we will find out
Quidel factor
and same thing we will apply for
matrix.
this one.
Okay, so this will be used again and again. Similarly, after expansion, we can calculate this W of 8, that will be 8 cross 8 matrix, 8 cross 8 matrix, that we can calculate also. In this previous case, we were using like the first one will be with sorry, this one 0, it will be, this will be 0. Okay, so first row and first column will be of 0 because this direction will be for k and this direction will be for n value. So with respect to k and n combinations, k should be varying from 0 up to 3, and again n should be varying from 0 up to 3. So by putting these values we can calculate it will be about 0, it will be power again here it will be 1, and keep on increasing. Okay, so from there also we can calculate the value of w of 8. So k should be varying from 0, this is for k, this direction up to, it will go for 7, and again n value will be 1 up to 7. So the first one again will be 0, so it will be again 8 times 1. The second value will be w of 8 with 1. Okay, so similarly we can calculate the value of w of 8 also. So after that we have got the value of, okay, so we have got the value of w of 4 matrix. Okay, so the IDFT, sorry, the DFT by using matrix method will be given like x of k will be equals to
Derive the DFT is the sample data sequence which is given there. Okay, and compute the corresponding amplitude and phase spectrum. So actually that place only we are going to apply DFT and how to treat the amplitude and the spectrum, because if we have observed till now that we are getting in terms of real emission. If we are getting real emission, obviously we can find out the amplitude.
So this will be W of n. Okay, this will be a matrix multiplied by a column matrix that will be a small of x into n. Okay, so this will be the DFT. This is your DFT, and again we need to find out IDFT by using the matrix method. Similar to the mathematical expression for calculating the IDFT, the IDFT by using matrix method will be given by, again, the input matrix, that is small xn matrix, will be given by 1 upon n. Okay, 1 upon n multiplied by W of n. Okay, so this is the W of n, that is Twiddle factor matrix, and along with that this is complex conjugate. So we will be using complex conjugate of the Twiddle factor matrix into x of k. Okay, so this will be our IDFT calculation by using the matrix method. So this is DFT calculation, this is IDFT calculations. So we will use the method, this method, to calculate the IDFT and DFT. So we will take the same example. Okay. So x of n is given by 1.
We get 1 1 1 into 0 power 2 and n is the 1 and 2 that will be 5 by 2. Okay. Likewise, in the multiplication this term will come into the
Okay.
small numbers.
1,
So if we
2,
expand it,
3 and
we will get
4.
summation of
So
all, we will get the
what we need to find out is, first of all, x of n matrix.
this is nothing but the real and against zero. Means it has a content of 2 that is the is.
So this x of n matrix will be given by a column matrix that will be of 4 cross n. Okay, so this one will be the first component, the first step, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so this will be the column matrix for input. Similarly, we need to find out the W of 4, and W of 4 we already know. Okay, so that is 1 1 1 1 1. So rows and first row and first columns are the 1 1 1. Okay, again this value is minus j, then this value is minus 1, this is plus j, this is minus 1 plus 1, then minus j, and then again plus j, minus 1 and minus j. So there is second step like this is not j, this is minus 1. Okay, so it will be minus 1. So once we know that these two values, what we do is we will just multiply it, because after multiplication we will be getting your x of k. So we will multiply it. So after multiplying, we will be getting Okay. So how we can multiply is, so after multiplication we will be getting x of K matrix, okay, and that will be equal to multiplication of this W of n multiplied by your input matrix, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so from there we will be getting this. Okay, so this first row will be multiplied by this column, so this will be multiplied individually, so it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, that is okay. The second will be 1 multiplied by this 1, and this minus j will be multiplied by 2, so it will be minus 2j. Then 1 will be multiplied by 3, so the minus 1 will be multiplied by 3, that will be minus 3. Then j will be multiplied by 4, that will be plus 4j. The next one term will be this 1 will be multiplied by 1. Okay. So this 1 will be multiplied by 1, and then minus 1 will be multiplied by 2, then plus 3 minus 4. The last row will be multiplied by this column, so it will be 1 plus 2j, so it will be plus, it will be plus 2j minus 3 minus 4j. After calculation we will be getting this one will be 10, and this will be minus 2 plus 2j, and the next one will be minus 2, and then this one will be minus 2 minus 2j. Okay, so this will be our DFT. So this is our required DFT. So from this method and the previous method that we have gone through, you can find that this matrix method is more easy to calculate. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the DFT. Similarly, we can calculate the IDFT also. So in case of IDFT calculation, the IDFT will be x of x of n, the matrix will be equals to, okay, this will be equals to 1 by n multiplied by complex conjugate of real factor along with your x of K matrix. Okay, so after this multiplication we will be getting this x of n sequence. So here we will first of all we will find out so first of all we will find out W of n to the power complex conjugate. Okay, so this is for 4-point DFT. So we will be finding out W of 4 and its complex conjugate. So that will be equals to, so the complex conjugate will be equals to, what we will do is we will complement the signs. Okay, so whatever sign is there, whether it is positive or negative, whenever the j is written, the imaginary part will be complemented, and we will be getting a matrix that will be having a complemented in nature. So the 1 1 1 1 the rows will be same, okay, and the columns, the first row and first column will be same. So with respect to your previous W of 4, we can complement it, where at this position it was minus j, so it will be plus j. Okay, whenever there is plus j, that will be converted to minus j. Whenever it is minus j, that will be converted to plus j. Okay, so here it was plus, so it will become minus
17041111. So we have gone through all these things. Do you have any problem regarding shifting and all?
This will be minus j, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1. Here it was plus j, so it will become minus j, and again minus 1. This is minus, so it will become plus. So this will be your W4 star. Okay, this is complement the complex conjugate of W4. So once we get the complex conjugate of W4, and also we have x of k value. So x of k matrix we already have. So this we have is it was 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j. Okay. So again, in the previous example that we have taken is we are multiplying these two feudal factor matrix and the input matrix. With these two will be multiplied with respect to this formula. Okay, after multiplication we will divide by 1 by n. So each element of this multiplication will be divided by 1 by n, that will be equals to 1 by 4. So n will be this. After multiplication we will be getting a 4, that will be a 4 cross 1 matrix, and this will be your x of n matrix. Okay, so this will be your overall matrix. So this 1 by 4 will be divided by each element. Okay, that will be your final answer. So from there we can find out whether how the matrix method can be used for calculation of DFT and IDFT. Okay, so this is the same example that we have gone through. So just go through the example, like how it was calculated. One example is given. Okay. So for different n values 1, 2 and 3 we will be calculating. So then get the next slide. Okay. किसी को कोई डाउट है इसमें?
सर W4 कैसे ज्ञात किया जाता है, बता दीजिए।
ओके ओके ओके। सो W4 कैसे फाइंड आउट किया जाता है?
सब चीजों को देख लो और असाइनमेंट सॉल्व करो, क्योंकि मैं हमारा नेक्स्ट तुम्हारा तो कोई क्लास है नहीं,
जस्ट वेट
तो
फॉर
जो भी
मी।
क्लास होगी उसमें मैं क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करूंगा। अगर तुम्हारा डाउट है रिगार्डिंग असाइनमेंट यू कैन आस्क मी, अदरवाइज मे बी थर्सडे फ्राइडे या सैटरडे, इन तीनों में किसी भी दिन तुम्हारा यूज हो सकता है।
ओके, सो W
ओके, फिर मैं यहाँ पे क्लास एंड अप करता हूँ, ठीक है? So you may all leave it.
okay, so the slides are visible to everyone. Actually there was a
यस सर।
okay then. So we will start like how we can calculate the W of n. So we will take another slide. Okay, so we will see like how we can calculate W of n. So this W of n is given by e to the power minus j 2 pi by n. ओके, सो दिस इज द wn, ये आपको पता है, ठीक है। सो कैलकुलेशन करते समय DFT और IDFT जो भी कैलकुलेशन हम करते हैं तो उसमें हमें W(n) की वैल्यू की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, ठीक है। W(n) जो कि इस वैल्यू के बराबर होता है, ठीक है। सो हमें इसको फाइंड आउट करना होता है। सो हम ये फाइंड आउट करने के बाद हम इसको W(n) टू द पावर kn फाइंड आउट करते हैं, ठीक है। जो हमारा फार्मूला है DFT और IDFT, ओनली नेगेटिव साइन का डिफरेंस है, बाकी सब यही कैलकुलेट करते हैं, ठीक है। तो हम उसको जो W(n) है उसको हम डिफरेंट k और n वैल्यूज़ के लिए हम क्या है W(n) जो है, क्योंकि W(n) टू द पावर k एक्चुअली जो फार्मूला है okay, so here the formula is W(n) to the power kn, okay, but in the matrix we are just writing W(n) in the matrix form, means that is W(n) to the power kn का मैट्रिक्स है वो, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे W(n) लिखा हुआ है, उसकी पावर kn हमने लिखा हुआ है। सो जो मैट्रिक्स हम बना रहे हैं वो W(n) टू द पावर kn की है, ठीक है। आपको थोड़ा सा डाउट हो रहा होगा यहाँ पे, तो हाँ। सो जो हम मैट्रिक्स जब हम मैट्रिक्स बना रहे हैं, सो W(n) अगर इसको हम मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में लिख रहे हैं, इसका मैट्रिक्स दैट इज द मैट्रिक्स ऑफ W(n) टू द पावर kn, ये इसका मैट्रिक्स है, ठीक है। इतना समझ में आया, ये इसका मैट्रिक्स है। तो यहाँ पे हमें k और n की वैल्यूज़ के रिस्पेक्ट में हम W(n) को एक्सपेंड करेंगे। सो दिस विल बी showing the k value, like k should be varying from 0, 1, 2, it will go up to n minus 1, okay. Similarly this row will be varying with respect to n, so this n will be 0, 1, 2 up to capital N minus 1. अगर n 4 है, suppose we are taking an example and there n is equals to 4, then this will be equals to W of 4. अगर हमें इसकी मैट्रिक्स बनानी है, so that will be having W(n) that is 4 to the power kn, हम इसकी मैट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट करेंगे, that will be used for calculation of DFT and IDFT. So again in that it will be k should be varying from 1, 0, 1, 2 and maximum 3, because 4 terms are there, so it will be varying from 0 to n minus 1, so n minus 1 will be 3. Again n will be varying from 0, 1, 2 and 3, ठीक है। सो हम इसको अगर फाइंड आउट करें, सो दैट फर्स्ट टर्म विल बी W of 4 टू द पावर 0. 0 क्यों आया, क्योंकि यहाँ पे k वैल्यू भी 0 है और n वैल्यू भी 0 है, ठीक है। सो W4 टू द पावर kn विल बी 0 हियर, ओके। सो W4 टू द पावर kn इंस्टेड ऑफ kn हम क्या करेंगे, k और n की वैल्यू पुट करेंगे, तो यहाँ पे n 0 है और k भी 0 है, सो इट विल बी 0 एट दिस पॉइंट. It should be W of 4, okay. So here it will be k value is 0 and n value is 1, so 0 और 1 को multiply करेंगे, that will be again 0. So that means for the first row all the values will be there is some, okay. इतना समझ में आया। Similarly in case of column, okay, the first column the k value should be varying but n is 0, so it will always be W4 to the power 0. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया, the first row and first column. The second will be here, this is W of 4 to the power k and n, so k is 1 and n is also 1, so this will be W4 to the power 1. This will be W4 to the power, this is 1, k is 1 and n is 2, so 1 and 2, k and n multiplied, that will be W4 to the power 2. This is similarly W4 to the power 3. So here it will be W4. Okay, this k is 2 and n is 1, so 2 into 1 will be 2. This is W4. Sorry for this unwanted signals. Okay, so this is W4. This is 2 multiplied by 2, that will be W4 to the power 4. This is W4 to the power 2 into 3, that is 6. And again this term will be W4 to the power 3 into 1, that is 3. W4 to the power 3 into 2, that is 6. This is W4 to the power 3 into 3, that is 9. So now what we will do is we will calculate each values of this. Okay, so W4 to the power 0 will always be 1. Okay, so the first value of rows and columns will always be 1. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया, ये 4 बना हुआ है, इधर 4 इधर और इधर 3. ठीक है, now we need to find out W4 to the power 1. so हम W4 to the power 1 find out करेंगे. so that is W4 to the power 1. so Wn जो है इस हिसाब से दिया जा रहा है, तो उसकी पावर 1, it will be e to the power minus j 2 pi by 4, and that should be power 1, so power 1 should be remaining same, so it will be e to the power minus j pi by 2. so this will be your teaching it. Actually, we are not habitual to this writing pad, so that's why there is some extra lines are there. Okay, so that will be remaining to cos pi by 2. this is minus j, so it will be minus j sin pi by 2. ठीक है, ये समझना है. यूलर्स आइडेंटिटी हमने पढ़ी थी, यूलर्स फार्मूला. ओके, आइडेंटिटी. so Euler's formula related from there we can find out this. so that will be equals to 0 minus j, that means e to the power minus j pi by 2, or W4 to the power 1 will be equals to minus j. ठीक है, तो W4 to the power 1 will be given by minus j. ये समझना है. ठीक है, अब नेक्स्ट है W4 to the power 2. so this is W4 to the power 1. so we will see like, so this one minus j W4 to the power 1 was minus j. ठीक है, so W4 to the power 2 will be minus j का whole square. so minus j का whole square will be equals to, what will be minus j to the power 2? yes, what will be, it will be equals to minus 1. ठीक है, so W4 to the power 2 will be equals to minus 1. again W4 to the power 1, ठीक है, is equals to minus j. so similarly W4 to the power 3 will be equals to minus j to the power 3. so this will be equals to, yes, what will be this? so this will be a minus sign with j to the power 3, so it will be minus again j, so it will be plus का j. ओके, सो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, प्लस का j आएगा. ठीक है, बाकी सब कंपोनेंट्स ऐसे आ जाएंगे. समझ में आया इतना? यस, समझ में आ गया? ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इसको देखते हैं. W4 टू द पावर 2. W4 टू द पावर 2 विल बी सेम जो यहाँ पे वैल्यू आई थी, क्योंकि ये भी W2 टू द पावर 4 है. ठीक है, सॉरी W4 टू द पावर 2 है. and w4 to the power 4. Okay, so w4 to the power 4 will be minus j to the power 4 will be equals to plus का 1. Okay, again w4 to the power 6 will be equals to w4 to the power 6 will be equals to w4 to the power 2, क्योंकि w4 की पावर जितनी भी होगी उससे 6 है तो 4 माइनस कर देंगे, दैट विल बी 4. सेम आएगा, आप देख लेना, ठीक है. w2 के बराबर होगी, so w2 is equals to -1, so it will be -1. And again this value w4 to the power 3 we have already calculated, this is plus j, and w4 to the power 6 it will be -1, w4 to the power 9, so w4 to the power 9 it will be equals to w4 to the power 1, इसके बराबर होगा ये, ठीक है. so w4 to the power 1 is minus j, the last term will be minus j. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया. so w4 to the power kn, जो w4 की जो मैट्रिक्स है उसको हम इस तरीके से फाइंड आउट करते हैं. सो ये वैल्यू जो हमें अगेन एंड अगेन यूज होगी, तो आप सिम w4 टू द पावर kn वो हम फाइंड आउट करते हैं, या फिर अगर 8+8 मैट्रिक्स है या फिर हमें 8 पॉइंट DFT फाइंड आउट करना है तो w8 भी कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता है, सेम इसी मेथड से कैलकुलेट करेंगे. एंड ठीक है, तो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक लेते हैं. किसी को और कोई कन्फ्यूजन है, कोई डाउट है? यस, कोई और डाउट है किसी का? ओके, सो गौरव, गौरव कौन है? हेलो, आवाज आ रही है क्या?
यस सर.
आवाज आ रही है ना?
यस सर.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. तो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक देखते हैं. so that so up to here we have taken like DFT calculation by using mathematical expression and by using matrix method. So we will take some examples, like some homework for you. Okay, so just go through this, just note it down, some homeworks, like we need to calculate the DFT and IDFT of some signals, and based on mathematical expression method and matrix method. So you need to find out DFT by using formula, that is mathematical formula and matrix methods. So there are some questions especially for homework for you. So suppose x of n is equals to 4, 3, 2, 1. If this is the x of n, then what will be the, just note it down everyone, सभी लोग इसको नोट कर लो क्वेश्चंस को, ठीक है. ये क्वेश्चंस आप होमवर्क में करना है, करने के बाद जो है उसको स्कैन करके मेरा ईमेल आईडी जो है उस पर मेल कर देना, ठीक है. तो जितने भी क्वेश्चंस दिए जा रहे हैं इसको आपको DFT एंड IDFT फाइंड आउट करना है. DFT by using this, and again the IDFT by using mathematical formula method and matrix method. The first question is this one. The second question is x of n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 1. ठीक है. सो ये दो क्वेश्चंस हैं, आपको DFT एंड IDFT फाइंड आउट करना है बाय यूजिंग मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन जो है उसके थ्रू एंड मैट्रिक्स मेथड। सो मैट्रिक्स मेथड से इजीली हो जाएगा, बट इट विल टेक सम टाइम व्हाइल कैलकुलेटिंग बाय यूजिंग मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन। सो जस्ट गो थ्रू इट। सभी लोग नोट कर लिया इसे? ठीक है, क्वेश्चन नोट कर लो सभी लोग।
सर ये अल्फा पर आ सकता है, अल्फा पर आ सकता है।
ठीक है, नोट कर लिया सभी लोगों ने? The next topic that we should be moving forward is the properties of DFT. Yes, questions note हो गई? भूमिका, yes, भूमिका
यस सर।
नोट हो गया? ठीक है,
यस
ठीक है। सो हम चलेंगे प्रॉपर्टीज। तो द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है आफ्टर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ DFT and IDFT by using matrix method and mathematical formula, we will go for properties of DFT. So what are the different properties DFT shows? So we will see one by one. So these are the properties that you need to remember, or like you need to use while calculating a DFT. So the formula is that formula is for calculation of basic signals, the DFT of basic signals. Okay, but sometimes what happens, there may be a signal that can be a composite of some small signal, but that signal should be a large. So suppose the signal is there, any signal, suppose x of n, we always think of, suppose any signal is there that is x of 2n plus 6. Okay, suppose this is written, you need to find out the DFT of this signal. Okay, so x, suppose x of n is there given. Okay, this is given, and you need to find out the DFT of this sequence. So what you will do is, you will calculate the DFT of this signal, and with respect to this signal DFT, you can find the DFT of this signal by using the properties, by using or by applying the properties of the DFT. Okay, so that's why we should be knowing that what are the different properties of a DFT calculation. Okay, समझ में आया कि DFT का प्रॉपर्टी क्यों हमें पढ़ने की जरूरत क्या पड़ी? ठीक है, तो कोई भी कॉम्प्लेक्स सिग्नल्स है जो कि स्मॉल या फिर बेसिक सिग्नल से मिल करके बना हुआ है, तो हम उस बेसिक सिग्नल का यूज करके कॉम्प्लेक्स सिग्नल्स के भी DFT फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं बाय यूजिंग दीज प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ DFT. द फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी इज periodicity. So if any x of k is there, that is n point DFT of x of n. So x of n is कोई सिग्नल है, उसका DFT x of k से रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है. Then if x of n plus capital N is equals to x of n, this will be for periodic signal. If the signal is periodic, that means the input is periodic, then its DFT will also be a periodic signal. So इसका DFT भी अगर हम फाइंड कर लें, then also it will be a periodic signal. ठीक है, इसको हम some other way में लिख सकते हैं, like if x of n is there and its DFT is given by x of k and x of n plus capital N is equals to x of n. So this indicate like it is a periodic signal. हमने पहले ही पढ़ चुका है कि पीरियोडिक सिग्नल कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, तो ये प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो पीरियोडिक सिग्नल की है. सो अगर ये दिया हुआ है कि x ऑफ n है, उसका DFT x ऑफ k है, सो और वो x ऑफ n जो है एक पीरियोडिक सिग्नल है दैट इज हैविंग अ पीरियड ऑफ कैपिटल N, देन इट्स DFT will also be having the same period. So उसका DFT जो होगा same period show करेगा, and then capital X k plus n will be representing a periodic nature. ठीक है. So this is called your periodic signal. So this is for all n, because in time domain n should be the varying parameter, but in frequency domain k will be the varying parameter. So for all k, this it should be showing the periodicity property. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी है लीनियरिटी. तो लीनियरिटी प्रॉपर्टी हमने पहले ही पढ़ चुका है, कोई भी सिग्नल लीनियर कब होता है. ठीक है. सो इफ this is showing a linearity property, then a into x 1n plus b into x 2n is a linear function, then its DFT will be also showing the similar nature. That means its DFT will also be a linear function. So like if x1 of k and x2 k are an n-point DFT of x1 and x2 signals respectively, and a and b are arbitrary constant, either real or complex valued, then it will be showing linearity property. So in linearity property, in the previous lectures introduction part, we have already seen like it should be showing homogeneity, and there are two principles like superposition and homogeneity. It should follow. So it should follow superposition and homogeneity. Then it will be considered as a linear system. The same linear system property, that is linearity, can be shown by the DFT also. ठीक है. So it will be having this superposition and homogeneity principle. It should be showing. Then it can be. So these are like, हमने ये भी पढ़ा था कि हम LTI सिस्टम्स क्यों पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है. सो LTI क्यों पढ़ते हैं, क्योंकि LTI में क्या है कि हम लीनियर है, टाइम इन्वेरिएंट है. सो देन वी कैन ऐड टू सिग्नल्स विद देयर टाइम शिफ्टिंग. सो टाइम को शिफ्ट करके भी हम किसी सिग्नल को ऐड करेंगे तो वो सिग्नल के आउटपुट में भी सिमिलर चेंज आएगा. ठीक है. तो सेम वही है सिमिलर कि अगर हम एडिशन कर रहे हैं, कोई भी लीनियर सिग्नल है, उसको हम लीनियरिटी अगर शो करता है तो उसका DFT भी सिमिलर लीनियरिटी शो करेगा. ठीक है. दिस इज कॉल्ड योर लीनियरिटी प्रॉपर्टी. The next one is shifting property. Okay, so shifting is like here we should be showing the shifting is shown by basically the circular shift here. So what happens in case of DFT, if any sequence is there, okay, so suppose any sequence is like this one is there, and we need to find out this shifting property is also called as a circular shift property. So its basic simplification is x of n, that will be a circularly shifted, will be considered as x of n minus k with n number of points Okay, so what is the meaning of this is basically we call it as x n minus k, and here it is called modulo n. So this representation is called modulo. So modulo means we are shifting. By the example, this mathematics might be seem complex, but by using the mathematics or by using an example, you can easily get what is the shifting property is all about. Okay, so this is shifting is here basically is we call it circular shifting property. So circular shifting is like this x of n is always, in case of DFT calculation, it should be a finite. Okay, so finite is like, suppose we have taken an example x of n 1 2 3 4. So it is having 4 steps, that is n is equals to 4 samples are there, 4 points are there. So after, if we need to shift x of n, okay, So it will be shifting like we can represent it as like a circular point. So x of 0 is there, x of 1 is there, x of 2, so x of 3. So here if we shift it in this way, so what happens, x of 0 will be coming to this way and x of 3 will be coming to this way. That means after 4 samples it will be repeating itself. Okay, so this was represented by this circular shift property, and this n value shows how many points are there in that x of n. So whatever shifting property is there, if we are shifting this sequence x of n by k steps having circular shift uh, property, like we are having we are shifting this signal with respect to n, that is 4 steps. So it will be showing a circular shift property, and it will be having its opposite nature. So we will see it by using some examples. So this will be uh, more clear while we will be using the example. Okay, so just to note it down, like there is a property called circular shift property, and that circular shift property will be used while some calculations. So whatever shifting is there, we cannot go for general shifting. In case of DFT, as it is of finite length, the DFT that we will be getting should be of finite length. So this DFT will show, instead of just normal shifting property, it will be showing circular shifting. So that circular shifting is having fixed number, finite number of steps points. That's why it will be called circular shift. So we'll see it in more detailed version later. Okay, so the convolution, next property is convolution property. So suppose two signals are there, x1 whose DFT is x1k, x2 is there whose DFT is x2k. Then the circular of the convolution of two signals will be represented by x1n star x2n. So this is called circular convolution of two signals. So if we need to find out the convolution of x1 and x2, then it will be represented by x1n star x2n. Okay, so this star should be showing the convolution. ठीक है, हम इसको भी थोड़ा डिटेल में देखेंगे आगे, ठीक है, कि क्या होता है कन्वोल्यूशन. सो वंस टू सिग्नल्स आर बीइंग convolved, then if we calculate its DFT, after convolving we will be calculating DFT. It will be given by the individual DFT multiplication. कोई भी दो सिग्नल है, अगर उन दोनों सिग्नल को हम कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं उन दोनों सिग्नल का, सो उसका कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करने से अच्छा है कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम उसका इंडिविजुअल DFT फाइंड आउट करें, x1 के x2 के इंडिविजुअल DFT फाइंड आउट करें, दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे. दैट विल बी इक्वल टू DFT ऑफ इट्स कन्वोल्यूशन. ठीक है, ये इसका कन्वोल्यूशन है x1 एंड x2n का. उसका DFT जो होगा वो इंडिविजुअल सिग्नल के DFT के मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बराबर होगा. ठीक है, अगर कोई डाउट होगा तो आप बीच में पूछ सकते हो इसमें. ठीक है, वो दिस इज जस्ट डेराइवेशन दैट हाउ इट इज कमिंग, दिस फार्मूला कैसे वो फार्मूला डिराइव हो रहा है, द सेम फार्मूला इज देयर. सो वी विल सी द कन्वोल्यूशन later in this course also, so we will skip it. So just remember the formula, you can the property that we should be knowing. So दो सिग्नल है, दोनों को अगर कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना है, उस कन्वोल्यूशन का जो DFT होगा दैट विल बी द इंडिविजुअल DFT मल्टीप्लिकेशन. सो x1k का जो DFT होगा उसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे x2k का DFT से, दैट विल बी द DFT ऑफ this convolved signals. Okay, x1 and x1n and x2n. Another one is time reversal. Okay, so time reversal is there. Suppose x of n is there, its DFT is x of k. Then if we find out the DFT of x of n, okay, so once we need to find out the DFT of x of n, So this is represented like x of minus n. हम डायरेक्ट इसको रिप्रेजेंट नहीं करते, हम इसको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं in the form of shift, that will be in the form of circular shape. So हम इसको भी सेम वैसे ही रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे माइनस n and then mod of n. So this is like a circular time reversal. So time reversal cannot be direct one. So कोई भी अगर हमें फाइंड आउट करना है तो हम ऑलवेज अगर उसको हमें नेगेटिव फाइंड आउट टाइम रिवर्सल करना है तो हम उसको जैसे कि कोई सीक्वेंस दिया हुआ है x ऑफ 1 इज इक्वल्स टू 2, सपोज ये दिया हुआ, ठीक है। तो हमें अगर इसका टोटल इसमें जो है x ऑफ n है, x ऑफ n में 4 सीक्वेंसेज हैं, दैट मीन्स n विल बी इक्वल्स टू 4, बट x ऑफ 1 इज इक्वल्स टू 2 है सपोज, ओके। सो सपोज वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट x ऑफ माइनस 1, ठीक है। तो x ऑफ माइनस 1 विल बी इक्वल्स टू x ऑफ minus 1, like similar to this, as this will be equals to x of capital N minus 1. So this will be equals to x of capital N minus 1, ठीक है। So that will be equals to capital x of capital N is 4, so it will be 4 minus 1, that will be equals to x of 3. So यहाँ पे अगर हमें टाइम रिवर्सल करना है तो x इक्वल्स टू माइनस एन करना है, तो x इक्वल्स टू माइनस एन करना है, देन इट शुड बी डन विद सर्कुलर शिफ्ट। सो जब भी हम सर्कुलर शिफ्ट करेंगे तो आगे हम कॉमा दे करके मॉड जो भी हमारा मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पॉइंट्स हैं वो हमें लिखना है। सो इसमें जैसे इस वाले सिग्नल में अगर 4 पॉइंट्स हैं तो दैट विल बी सब्सट्रैक्टेड, वट एवर वैल्यू इज देयर दैट विल बी सब्सट्रैक्टेड। सो इफ वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट एक्स ऑफ माइनस 1, then we will subtract x of minus 1 or 1 from the 4 total number of samples, that will be equals to x of minus 1 will be equals to x of minus x of 3, ठीक है। So finally the same is represented here in the form of mathematics. So ये थोड़ा सिंपल था एग्जांपल के थ्रू, बट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मैट्रिक्स इट कुड बी क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट, इट कैन बी seeing like a difficult one. So just representation is there. So it will be, जब भी हम टाइम रिवर्स करेंगे तो वहाँ पे हम मॉड मीन्स वहाँ पे सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन लिखेंगे, और जहाँ पे मॉड लिखा हुआ है इसका मतलब ये सर्कुलर शिफ्ट की बात कर रहा है, ठीक है। सो एक्स ऑफ माइनस एन दैट विल बी गिवन बाय मॉड एन इज इक्वल्स टू एक्स ऑफ एन माइनस एन, ठीक है। सो दिस एक्स ऑफ एन माइनस एन इज इक्वल्स टू लाइक n में से हम स्मॉल n को घटाएंगे, ठीक है। सो दैट विल बी योर रिवर्सल, टाइम रिवर्सल। सो x ऑफ n माइनस एन है, अगर हमें इसका DFT फाइंड आउट करना है, ठीक है, दैट मीन्स अगर x ऑफ n का DFT दिया हुआ है और उस समय हमें x ऑफ n माइनस एन का DFT फाइंड आउट करना है, देन दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू कैपिटल X कैपिटल N माइनस के, ठीक है, ये इसके इक्वल होगा। सो इसी को हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सर्कुलर शिफ्ट, दैट विल बी एक्स ऑफ माइनस के मॉड एन दैट इज कैपिटल एन, ओके। सो ये विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एग्जांपल अब ज़्यादा क्लियरली समझ में आएगा, जहाँ भी सर्कुलर शिफ्ट या रिवर्सल की बात है वो एग्जांपल के थ्रू इजीली समझ में आएगा। ये मैथमेटिक्स जो है इसको समझने, जो फार्मूले रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया हुआ है ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट दिख सकता है, ठीक है। जब एक एग्जाम्पल हम लेंगे तो वहाँ से क्लियर हो जाएगा। अभी जैसे मैंने ये समझाया उसका फिर न समझ में आया तो हम एग्जाम्पल लेंगे आगे, ठीक है। The next one is circular time shift, ठीक है। circular time shift is like x1 of n is given, उसका DFT x of x1 k है, then कोई भी शिफ्ट है, अगर हमें इसको n को l शिफ्ट करना है, l टाइम्स शिफ्ट करना है, ठीक है। तो कोई भी सिग्नल है हमें शिफ्ट करना है, सपोज ये कोई सिग्नल है, इसको हमें शिफ्ट करना है l टाइम्स, ठीक है। शिफ्ट करने के बाद जो सिग्नल आएगा वो l टाइम्स इधर शिफ्ट हो जाएगा। सो सेम सिग्नल विल बी गिवन बाय दिस वन, ठीक है, यही सिग्नल l टाइम्स शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, सेम यही शिफ्टिंग दिया हुआ है। सो वेन एवर शिफ्टिंग या रिवर्सल विद देयर दैट विल बी डन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सर्कुलर। जब भी यहाँ पे मॉड समथिंग लिखा आ जाएगा दैट मीन्स ये सर्कुलर शिफ्ट की बात हो रही है, ठीक है। तो सर्कुलर शिफ्ट हम क्यों कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि फाइनाइट स्टेप्स हैं DFT कैलकुलेशन में, तो दैट्स वाई अगर ये इसके आगे जाना है तो ये क्या करेगा, ये प्रीवियस वाला यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, ठीक है। तो सर्कुलर शिफ्ट इज देयर, दैट्स वाई n इज देयर, देन इट विल बी इक्वल्स टू सर्कुलर शिफ्ट। इसका DFT अगर हम फाइंड आउट करें दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू x ऑफ k into e to the power whatever shift amount is there, that is L amount. So it will be having e to the power minus j 2 pi by n k into L. ठीक है, तो ये इक्वल हो गया x of k, that will be equals to w of n, okay, minus k into L. Sorry, this is plus. So if L amount से अगर शिफ्ट हो रहा है टाइम में माइनस में, so it will be just another same DFT will be there, and that DFT will be multiplied by W of n to the power KL. ठीक है, ये एक प्रॉपर्टी है दैट इज कॉल्ड सर्कुलर टाइम शिफ्ट. ठीक है, सो अगर हमें x1 ऑफ n का DFT दिया हुआ है x1 ऑफ k, देन अगर हमें शिफ्टेड सिग्नल दिया हुआ है उस शिफ्टेड सिग्नल का DFT फाइंड आउट करना है. सो ये जो DFT आया है उसमें हम डायरेक्टली इससे मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे W ऑफ n टू द पावर KL, that is L amount of shift, that will be equals to the DFT of shifted signal. ठीक है, तो सेम वही प्रॉपर्टीज है, प्रॉपर्टीज को यूज करके हम यूज करेंगे. सो दिस इज सर्कुलर टाइम शिफ्ट. सो यहाँ पे क्या है, हम टाइम में शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. सेम है सर्कुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट. अगर सर्कुलर शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी मीन्स वी आर शिफ्टिंग द DFT, जो ऑब्टेन्ड DFT है हम उसको शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. सो इन दैट केस that will be given by, so this is just for the basic x of n is given and its DFT is given x of k. Then we are now shifting in the frequency domain. Suppose we need to shift the frequency domain, that is x of k को अगर हमें l टाइम शिफ्ट करना है, so उसमें हम क्या करेंगे, जो भी हमारा इनपुट है उसमें हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे e to the power प्लस j 2 pi by n इंटू L अमाउंट ऑफ, जहाँ पे k को हमें शिफ्ट करना है तो k को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे विद n. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द फार्मूला फॉर फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट. तो फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट में करना है तो हमें इनपुट पे k टू द पावर j 2 pi by n इंटू एल एन से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, एंड एल टाइम्स को अगर हमें फ्रीक्वेंसी में शिफ्ट करना है. तो जो प्रीवियस था यहाँ पे क्या था, हमें टाइम में शिफ्ट करना है तो हम फ्रीक्वेंसी में इस वाले इस इतने अमाउंट से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. ठीक है, in terms of this we can write it will be equals to x of n into w of n minus that is L amount with n. ठीक है, so this is this one. अगर L amount से शिफ्ट करना है तो टाइम शिफ्ट में हम माइनस W of n माइनस एल एन से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. सिमिलरली अगर टाइम शिफ्ट में सर्कुलर टाइम शिफ्ट करना है, टाइम डोमेन में शिफ्ट करना है तो हम फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन में मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे W ऑफ n टू द पावर प्लस के एल. ठीक है, तो ये डिफरेंस आप ध्यान दीजिएगा. हाँ, नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी है कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट प्रॉपर्टी. सो कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट प्रॉपर्टी ये थोड़ी कॉम्प्लेक्स दिख रही है. ठीक है, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और सिंपल करके लिखता हूँ. सो वी विल राइट लाइक, जस्ट वेट फॉर अ मिनट. Okay. So we will see what is complex conjugate property. So complex conjugate property we will see here, and that will be in simplified form. So कोई भी input signal है, that is this is called circular symmetry property. So symmetry property, or we call it complex conjugate property. So that will be circular symmetry property. Sorry, yes, symmetry property. So what happens, suppose any signal is like x of n is there. Okay, so this x of n could be represented in the form of x of just a minute. Okay, so the expressions could be some more confusing, so थोड़ा सा उसको simplify करके लिखेंगे that what is complex conjugate property. So in that complex conjugate property, what happens if x of n is given and its DFT is x of k, its DFT is x of k, then any signal is there like x of n and its complex conjugate is given, then its DFT will be equals to the complex conjugate of the obtained DFT with circular shift. Okay, so this could be equals to x of this. So this can be represented as x of complex conjugate of x of minus k mod n. So mod n है तो इसको हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं n. So that will be equals to capital N minus k. Okay, so that means x of n is there, उसका DFT अगर x of k है, so x of n का कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट अगर हम फाइंड करें, उसकी DFT अगर हमें फाइंड आउट करना है, then that will be equals to x of n minus k का कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट. ठीक है, so this will be the property of complex conjugate. Similarly the circular convolution is there. So circular convolution, so इससे पहले हमने क्या पढ़ा था, केवल कन्वोल्यूशन पढ़ा था. So इससे पहले हमने केवल कन्वोल्यूशन पढ़ा था. So convolution is represented by star. This signal is represented by convolution, and the circular convolution is represented by n with the bracket. So circular convolution will be represented by n into the square. Okay, so this n into the square represents n into the circle represents the circular convolution, and n represents the n point circular DFT is there. So if n points are there, n point circular convolution is there, that will be your representation, a circle with written n. Okay, so if two signals are there, x1 of n, if its DFT is given like x1 of k, and then again signal x2 n is there given and its DFT is x2 k, then circular convolution of this x1 and x2 we need to find out. So this is the representation of circular convolution of x1 and x2, and then its DFT if we need to calculate, then that DFT will be equals to x1k multiplied by x2k. ठीक है, the same we have gone through the previous property. So in the previous property also, in the linear convolution and also in the circular convolution, we are getting the similar property. So if two convolutions are there, if x1n and x2 two signals are there, and we are going to calculate the circular convolution, then its DFT will be given by the multiplication of these two DFTs. Okay, so that will be your circular convolution. Circular correlation no need to find out. Okay, so we will go with the multiplication of two sequences. So suppose two sequences are there, and two sequences x1n and x2n, and its DFT is 1 and 2, x1k, capital x1k and x2k, then its multiplication, these two sequences are being multiplied, x1n and x2n, these two are being multiplied. Then if we need to find out the DFT of these two multiplied signals, then its DFT will be equals to 1 upon n into individual DFT, whatever DFT is there, its सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन, जो x1k कैपिटल x1k एंड x2k है, उसका सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन divided by 1 by n will be given as the multiplication of these two sequences DFT. जो दो सीक्वेंस है, दोनों को अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो आफ्टर मल्टीप्लिकेशन जो भी सीक्वेंस जनरेट होगा उसका जो DFT होगा दैट विल बी गिवन बाय 1 upon n इंटू मल्टीप्लिकेशन सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन ऑफ इंडिविजुअल DFTs. ठीक है, सो ये प्रॉपर्टीज़ को हम बाद में भी चेक करेंगे. ठीक है, एंड दिस इज पार्सिवल्स थ्योरम. सो फॉर कॉम्प्लेक्स वैल्यूड सीक्वेंस एक्स एन एंड वाई एन, these two are the DFTs, then the Parseval's theorem is given by the summation n equals to 0 to n minus 1, these two signals, one x of n, another one is complex conjugate of y of n, is being multiplied, then it will be equals to 1 upon n summation of k 0 to n minus 1, then multiplication of their individual DFTs, x1 xk into y of k complex conjugate, उन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, that will be equals to your individual multiplication of sequences with summation. Okay, so this is the Parseval's theorem in case of DFT, and in terms of energy it can be this can be modified. Okay, so if it is both the signals are same, x n and y of n are same, then it could be given like this sequence. So this is called energy formula. This is called, this expression relates the energy in the finite duration sequence x of n to the power in the frequency. So here if the square of signal is there in the time domain, that represents the energy, and this sequence in the power square of the magnitude of the frequency that represents the power. So this is the relation between the energy of a sequence in time domain and power in the frequency domain. This theorem is basically called Parseval's theorem. This Parseval's theorem you might have studied in some other courses also. So that is having a relation with respect to DFT. So these are the different properties. Okay, so we are having 445. Okay, so these are the DFT and their properties. Okay, so we will see some examples. ठीक है, उसके बाद जो है हम क्लास को क्लोज करेंगे, लेकिन उसके पहले कुछ एग्जांपल्स हम देखेंगे. बिफोर दैट we will see later. Okay, so we will see some more topics. One is circular convolution, and another one is linear convolution. These two are the simple topics. Okay, that will not take much time. So we'll go one by one. So in our syllabus, we are having circular convolution and linear convolution. So in this part we will be going through the basic of circular convolution and linear convolution. So we will start with the linear convolution. So in case of linear convolution, so what happens, two signals are given. Okay, so one is input. Okay, so we have seen like x of n is there, and a system is given like its representation h of n, and its output is given y of n. Okay, so this is how an LTI system is defined. So suppose x of n is given and a system property is given, that is h of n. Then to find out y of n, that is your response, that will be given by y of n is equals to summation k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k and h of n minus k. Okay, so this is how we calculate the convolution. These are x of n convolution with h of n. ठीक है, so ये कोई सिस्टम है. ठीक है, this is a system and its transfer function is given like h of n. This is h of n. This is your h of n and this is input x of n, और y of n जो है output है. So output is given by y of n is equal to summation k varying from minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k multiplication of these two signals. This will be represented by the convolution of x of n and h of n. So x of n and h of n का convolution जो होता है वो हमें क्या देता है, उस सिस्टम का रिस्पॉन्स देता है, दैट इज आउटपुट देता है. ठीक है, दिस इज लिनियर कन्वोल्यूशन. सो हम एग्जांपल के थ्रू इसको बेसिकली समझेंगे. सपोज कोई सिग्नल है x ऑफ n. ठीक है, दिस इज गिवन 1 and 2 and similarly sorry this is given is h of n, that is system response is given, this system is given, h of n is given and that is equals to 2 and 2. So this is your given to a system. किसी भी सिस्टम में ये इनपुट दिया गया, दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ सिस्टम एंड दिस इज एन इनपुट एंड वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट what will be the y of n. We need to find out. So by using convolution we can find out y of n will be equals to k varying from minus by this formula, that is convolution formula, k is varying from minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. Okay, so here what we can note is like we can vary the n. Okay, and that n should be varying from 0 to 1 and so on. So what will be the value of n, that how n should be varying depends on the number of sequences in x of n and h of n. So इसमें कितने सीक्वेंस हैं, दो सीक्वेंस हैं. ठीक है, so अगर इसमें दो सीक्वेंस हैं तो इस वाले सीक्वेंस x of n में जो सीक्वेंस है उसको हम l बोलते हैं. सो l इज इक्वल्स टू कितने हैं, दो है. सिमिलरली h of n में कितने सीक्वेंस है, दो है, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं m. So this m number of sequences is 2. So finally the sequence that will be there in the y of n will be equals to l plus m minus 1. That means 2 plus 2 minus 1 will be 3. So 3 number of sequences will be there in y of n. So n should be varying from 0, 1 and up to 2 only. Okay, so this will be the number of sequences because 3 number of sequences are there, so n should be varying from there. So in this formula we will put n equals to 0 and find y of 0, y of 1, and similarly we will find y of 2 and y of 3. So once we will put the y of n, that is n equals to 0, so it will be equals to n equals to 1 0 find out करें, so it will be x of k, so the new sequence will be x of k into h of, this is 0 minus k, so it will be summation x of k into h of minus k, ठीक है. So and this k should be varying from minus infinity to plus infinity, ठीक है. हम जब इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, so we will get like it will be having only one term, that is x of 0 and h of 0, all other terms will be 0, ठीक है. all अगर कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन k की कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन लोगे आप, that will be 0, and x of 0 and h of 0 is given by 1 and 2, so it will be 1 multiplied by 2 is equals to 2. Okay, similarly y of n we will find out, so again once we expand it, we will get x of 0 h of 1 plus x of 1 h of 0. Okay, only these two terms will be defined, all other terms will be 0, so we will get like it will be 2 and the other one will be 4. So x of 1 is 1, sorry, x of 1 is 2 and h of 0 is 2, so 2 into 2 will be 4, this one will be 2, so it will be 4. Similarly we will get other terms, only the 2, y of 2 will be there, so 2, because n is varying from 0 to 2, so y of 2 will be calculated by, after calculation we will be getting it will be equals to 4. Okay, so once we expand for n equals to 2, after expansion we will get this value equals to 4. So finally the y of n will be equals to 2, 6 and 4, ठीक है. This is how we can calculate by using mathematical formula for the linear convolution. Similarly there is the direct formula, that is trig method, there is a trick, so that from there also we can find out. So this linear convolution is directly given like, we will write x of n first, so x of n के जितने points है we will write sequences हैं 2, sorry, this is 1 and 2, so this is given, 1 and 2 was given. Similarly we will write h of n, this is given 2 and 2, so we will do a simple multiplication, so 2 2 is 4, 2 1 is 2, 2 2 is 4, 2 1 is 2. Okay, so direct multiplication will be 4, this will be 6 and this will be 2. So this is how this result and this results are same. Okay, so this is the direct method, this is the trick method, but in exams you no need to use this method, this is only for verification. Okay, so whatever method you have used to verify whether the answer you have got is correct or not, you can just verify using this trick method, otherwise you need to follow this mathematical expansion method. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the linear convolution. Some other way is there to calculate one, but that is sufficient. So next we will see like how we can calculate the circular convolution. Okay, so up to here we will close it. In the next class we will see the circular convolution, because it is going to be a lengthy one. Okay, so we will close for 2 days. So next onwards we will start with circular convolution. Okay, so anyone is having any difficulty? Yes, any queries there? Anyone? Any queries are there? Okay, so we will close for today. Okay, and from the next onwards we will be seeing the circular convolution. So how circular convolution is there? In that circular convolution we will also see that how circular time shift is there. Okay, so actually I have not added anyone so into the group, that team or whatever team is there in this class, because there are some disadvantages of adding that. We will I will consider it. Okay, I will add it. Okay, anyone is having any questions? Any queries are there? If you are unable to understand, if there is some difficulty, you can just ask. Okay. If you ask, then only I can get whether you are getting whatever I'm trying to say or not. जो भी कुछ है क्वेरीज आप पुट करो, सो दैट अगर आपको कुछ डिफिकल्टी है अंडरस्टैंड होने में तो वो प्रॉब्लम मैं सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ, क्योंकि ये जो है टोटल है वो मैथमेटिक्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कोर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का सब्जेक्ट है, इसीलिए मैं इतना बेसिक में पढ़ा रहा हूँ, सो दैट कि आपको ईजिली समझ में आ जाए। अगर उसमें भी कोई डाउट है तो आप पूछ सकते हो। सो अगर कोई क्वेरीज नहीं आ रही, दैट मीन्स सभी लोगों को सब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है। देन वी विल क्लोज फॉर टुडे। ओके, so we will start with circular convolution in the next class. Okay, then thank you.
Thank you, sir.